Do you even have a career plan?
No.
When I was 17 and graduating from high school, there was a lot of expectations that I would have my life all figured out. And my parents were really involved in the planning stages. Every single day I'd come home from school, we would have this conversation.
I've got some questions I want answers. What are you doing about moving out?
I don't know.
About Donna?
I don't know.
Your job?
I don't know.
Your future?
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and hit you with an... I don't know.
Then no food for you.
That 70s show was shot in the 1990s, mocking the 1970s, and it's still true today.
But seriously, who in the world knows what they're gonna do with the rest of their life? These are big decisions and there's so much pressure because it feels like it's gonna impact you for such a long time. And when you look at your friends, and this is the worst part, everybody else besides you seems to have it all figured out. So we wanted to find out, can you make the perfect career plan?
You can sit down and you can map out every step of the way what you're gonna do with your life. I'm gonna graduate from high school with a 95% average, and then I'm gonna go to university and I'm going to take this program. And it's gonna take me 3 years to finish, and then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get a job, and that's gonna be the job that I have for the rest of eternity. Along the way, life is gonna happen.
It's almost impossible to predict and plan out one's future. Because traditional models that say, I'm here and I'm gonna be this in 5 to 10 years, basically assume that your development is going to happen in a very predictable way and the world is going to stay constant. The two things we know are not going to happen.
The world is going to change completely in 3 years. New industries will be formed. Was what you thought you wanted to be 3 years ago still relevant? Or even still of interest to you now that you've grown and done more things?
We read stories every day now about accountants and professionals who say, I'm not doing this anymore, I'm going to go buy a farm, and that's what I'm doing with my life now. Somebody I knew years ago who was in the music industry just gave it all up to have a garlic farm. Why? I don't know. But, the more and more people talk about we're going to have a dozen jobs in our lifetime, maybe that's what we're supposed to do.
I didn't have that mindset though. I wasn't that practical in my thinking. I thought, no, whatever I choose now is going to affect me for the rest of my life.
The majority of young people's career pathways are going to be circuitous, and yet their emotional reaction to it is frustration, disappointment, anxiety, because they feel like they're screwing up. So I think a lot of the problems are created by this unrealistic expectation.
As young people, we are exposed to so many stories about people who have become an overnight success. And it's nearly impossible to avoid reading about all the amazing things our friends are doing on social media. What you have to remember is that it's an illusion. No one posts online just how confused they are about their career direction.
A lot of what we're trying to do is, again, shift this notion about trying to have it all figured out, but more support students to put themselves in situations where good things can happen, where they can be around the type of people they might want to be around. Give them the sort of tools to take advantage of those positive chance situations when they come up.
So rather than thinking you should just know what it is you want to do, that it actually is an experimental process. You need to experiment. And I think what happens is that it kind of unfolds over time what it is you want to do. But it's amazing that people still think that they're just supposed to know, but it's ridiculous. You can't just know.
I still don't know what I want to do in life, and I think that's the greatest advantage I have. Every opportunity is a new chance to really discover something else about myself.
There's just way too much uncertainty to have a life-proof plan. The economy is going to change. You're going to change and adapt and evolve as a person. And new opportunities will arise. So don't stress about having the perfect career plan.